Hi. I want to talk about the subject of taking ownership. I'm sure you've heard many people lament about the fact that someone else did not take ownership. In general, there are two kinds of people who lament about the fact that others didn't take ownership. One, it could be managers and leaders who specifically are disappointed that their team members did not take ownership. We also find citizens like all of us in our everyday life feel disappointed that a whole host of people did not take ownership and therefore caused inconvenience to us. But what is really ownership? Ownership, according to me, is a mindset and an attitude of taking complete responsibility as a member of a team, as a member of an organization, as a member of a building society, as a member of a neighborhood, a community, or a city. It's about doing your bit and sharing the sense of responsibility, especially when someone else is dependent on you for that. So, taking ownership as an attitude is different from someone else being accountable for the consequences. Uh, the best time when lack of ownership and its consequences are experienced by citizens is when there is a natural calamity, like let's say floods. Houses are marooned, people are stranded, and then you have individuals saying that, look, uh, the local corporation should have done something to avoid drains getting clogged. Someone else will say that the building authorities had no business to grant permission. Another person would say that the builders have built where they had no business building. Others would say that, look, consumers should not have gone and bought homes and built homes there. So everyone will talk about how someone else failed to take the responsibility or do their bit and show that sense of ownership. In an organizational setting, especially in a team setting, I find that leaders will often talk about the fact that team members did not take ownership, which means someone did not do their bit completely. So, what would taking ownership really mean as an attitude and as a mindset? To take ownership is to do your bit, but to do your bit completely, comprehensively, and do it in a way that results are evident. Go out of the way if required, if there are certain problems and challenges which need to be addressed for your work to be completed. Do your work well enough. If someone else hasn't been able to do their bit, you go out and ensure that you fill in so that what you do actually yields results. What would lack of ownership sound like? People will say, that's not my job. I did my bit. Others didn't do. I couldn't help it, and so on and so forth. Now, it would be very easy to conclude that employees in general don't take ownership. They just do their bit and go away. But I think as leaders, it might be useful for us to think a little bit about why people don't take ownership. I think there are a few things we can think about. Firstly, are we designing jobs in a way that people feel that they are doing something complete? Are they able to see end-to-end visibility of the consequences of their action? Has someone told them how important their jobs are? Has someone helped them see the big picture? Has someone made me feel that I'm doing something very important? Recognize me for going out of the way and doing my bit. Or have I more often than not been asked to conform to process, do my bit very well? And therefore, to me, while every individual needs to demonstrate a sense of heightened responsibility so that when everyone does that, there is shared responsibility and ownership. I think as managers and leaders, there is a lot we can do to help people feel a greater sense of ownership.